Hi there, my name's Roger and I'm a chef with UKHarvest Food Rescue and Education Charity, and today we're making a Normandy style apple tart. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 10-inch, in fact it's about 10.5-inch flan tin, and I'm just going to lightly butter that. It is non-stick already, but this does ensure a real good non-stick kind of quality. So I'm just going to lightly brush melted butter that I've just melted very quickly in the microwave, and just brush it all the way around the interior. Right, so that's done. I'm now going to put this in the fridge just to chill down and firm up. Right, so for the pastry, what ingredients are we going to need? We're going to start with 375 grams of plain flour, 225 grams of unsalted butter. We've got 1 whole egg and a yolk. We've got 75 grams of caster sugar. We're going to have 2 or 3 drops of vanilla extract, a little grind of salt, and about 1.5 tablespoons of water. Right, so let's get cracking with our pastry. So we take our flour, pass it through a sieve, just sieve that through gently. Any sort of small balls and things that are left over like that, we just get rid of in the bin. Now we're just going to add our butter that we've cubed up, and we add that to it. We're just going to rub that through our fingers now very quickly and lightly until it resembles something like breadcrumbs. Right, so that's breadcrumb consistency now. As you can see, I'm just going to sprinkle through my sugar and just put just a very light whiz of salt in there, and just carefully kind of turn that through. Lovely. And now I'm just going to make a little bay in the middle. That's it. And now I'm just going to add my beaten egg with my drop of water, my 1.5 tablespoons of water, and just a tiny drop of vanilla essence. Ooh, there you go. Just gently fold the sides in, and I'm just bringing this together to create a dough. Right, so that's my paste all coming together now, and as you can see, it's balling up beautifully. So just quickly bringing that together. Put a little bit of flour on a super clean table. Just bring that together, not overly working it, just making sure that butter's incorporated really nicely right the way through. So just bring it to a sort of ball-like kind of shape. Then go straight onto our cling film. Now we're just going to wrap that up nicely and put it in the fridge to chill down and rest for 20 minutes. Lovely. Right, so I'm now looking to prepare my apples and my filling. So for my apples, I simply need to take my apples, and I've got about 5 or 6 for this, and I'm going to use a corer. So just very simply start from the top and plunge your way right the way through. Hit the table, and then we're simply just going to sort of peel these down one at a time until they're all done. You can use a knife, or it's so easy just to use a peeler. So I'm going to do all of these, get all of these ready. Right, so that's my apples all peeled and cored, and I'm very simply now just going to cut each apple into 8 sections to get these lovely wedges. Once all of these are done, I'm going to sprinkle these with lemon juice. Just that will stop them from browning off. Right, so my pastry's been in the fridge for about 20 minutes now. It's rested, it's cooled down a little bit. So we're just going to get this out, get it out on the table. Great. So I very simply need to just sprinkle some flour across the table, a fair amount, because we don't obviously want it sticking to the table. So that goes down. We need to sprinkle a little bit on the pastry, and also a little bit of flour on our rolling pin, which stops it from sticking. And then just very gently, we start rolling this out. Lovely. Got to work really quickly with pastry. And the idea is that we're going to make a shape that's oversized of our flan tin. Right, so that's my pastry pretty well kind of rolled out to approximately the kind of size I want. So very carefully now, if you just roll your pastry up very gently on your pin, put your tin in place, and then very carefully just allow it to go back over. Don't worry if it breaks in one or two places. You very quickly just need to go round, just kind of lift that into position. Right, so once the pastry's in place, we just very quickly roll our pin over the top, clear the excess around from the outside, and then we just very carefully, using our thumbs and turning, just push that gently up around the sides. Right, okay, so that's mostly in place. I've kind of thumbed it up a little bit. You can quickly kind of whiz around with a knife now, just slightly on the angle all the way round. It's looking good. As I said, working quickly because you don't want the pastry to warm up. And then I'm just simply going to put this on a plate, and I'm going to put it in the fridge with some cling film over it and leave it for about 20 minutes again, just so that kind of sets off. Right, so with any of the leftovers that we've got from our tart making, we're just going to sort of gather those up, ball them up again, and we're just going to pop those in the fridge, and we're going to use those later on at some point to actually make some lovely jam tarts or something like that. So nothing's wasted. Right, so I've got my pastry chilling down in my tart tin. I've got my oven now set to 170 degrees, lovely preheated. So now we're going to start looking at our ingredients for the custard filling. So I've got 3 eggs and 2 yolks in this bowl. I've got 90 grams of caster sugar. I've got 1.5 teaspoonfuls of cinnamon, and I've got 300 milliliters of double cream. Right, for the custard. So the eggs are in the bowl, my sugar goes in, my cinnamon goes in, and we just lightly kind of beat that up. We don't want to aerate this too much, just enough to kind of break it up. Get that all whisked in. Lovely. And as you can see, the eggs are now really nicely kind of broken up. I'm not whipping it. And now I'm just going to sort of carefully stir in my double cream into that mixture. And this will create a lovely kind of filling for my tart. There we have it. Right, so here we go, getting ready for assembly. So here's my pastry freshly out the fridge. Here's my apple sections, and here's my lovely kind of cinnamon egg custard. So let's start assembling. Starting from the outside and working your way in, we're just going to neatly line the whole tin with all of our apple segments. Right, so that's the last piece going in. We just simply need to pop that in place, and then very carefully we just need to ladle in our lovely cinnamony batter. We're going to get this pretty close to the top, leaving a few mil before it gets to the top. Lovely. Look at that. Right, that's enough. So I just need to slide that onto my baking tray and pop that in my oven. Right, so here we are. It's all ready, and it's just going straight in the oven. And this will take between 50 minutes and an hour. And I shall turn it once or twice in that time. Looking forward to it. Right, so there's my alarm. Everything should be good. Just turn that off quickly. Good. So let's have a look at this. Oh my word. Oh, that's looking so good. Gosh, look at that, everybody. That is an apple tart. Great. So, turn the oven off, and I'm now going to give that an hour or so to sort of cool down, and then I'll take it out the tin. There we go, onto a plate. I'm just going to put a little spoon of creme fraiche with this, just to counter that sweetness. Great, here we go. Can't wait to try this. This is as delicious as it looks. Please feel free to go away and make this, try it. It's absolutely delicious.